On a moonless night, a solitary, opulent estate looms in the heart of a dark forest. A terror-stricken woman flees the property, dashing to her car in a desperate bid for escape. Through a dim bedroom window, a small child watches as she nears the estate's gates, only to be halted when a shadowy figure emerges from the darkness, seizing her throat with a grip as cold as the grave. Soon after, a new governess, Kate, arrives to care for two children on the eerie plantation. Haunted by her own tragic past, a father who abandoned her and a mother lost in madness at an asylum, forever consumed by cryptic paintings, Kate leaves her sorrow behind to step into this foreboding realm. At the estate, she is greeted by the icy indifference of the housekeeper, Mrs. Gross. Kate quickly bonds with the gentle child, who confides that she has never strayed from the estate and has never dared to enter the sinister depths of the East Wing. That night, an irresistible pull lures Kate into the shadowy corridor, trapping her in its labyrinthine terror until she escapes, only to come face to face with the disturbingly unpredictable Miles, freshly returned from boarding school. The following morning, a chilling revelation shatters the uneasy calm when the headmaster reveals that Miles has been expelled for a brutal assault that nearly claimed a life. Mrs. Gross stubbornly denies the grim truth, her relentless interference deepening the oppressive dread. As Kate struggles to connect with the aloof Miles, the young child mourns the silent departure of their former nanny, a loss that still echoes in the cold halls. Delving into the nanny's forgotten notebook, Kate unearths horrifying secrets about the predatory advances of the horse trainer Quint, whose vile behavior shattered the fragile bonds of trust. That night, Kate is tormented by nightmarish visions, grotesque scenes of Miles transforming into the sinister Quint, his hands morphing into instruments of abuse, each dream more harrowing than the last. Mrs. Gross coldly recounts that Quint met his end after a drunken fall from his horse, a grim twist that only deepens the estate's malevolence. Fed up with Miles' maddening behavior, yet bound by a promise to the child, Kate wrestles with the urge to flee, but remains, even as unsettling mail from her estranged mother arrives with a set of ominous black paintings that seem to whisper dark secrets. Later that night, drawn by the spectral lure of the nanny's ghost, Kate is led into crumbling ruins hidden among twisted trees, where she discovers the lifeless body of the nanny floating in a murky pool. Returning to the mansion, disembodied voices beckon her into a forsaken room in the East Wing, where she witnesses a ghastly vision, the ghostly form of the nanny being strangled to death by the monstrous Quint. In a sudden onslaught, Quint attacks Kate until Mrs. Gross bursts in, shaking her from the horrifying stupor. Realizing that Mrs. Gross harbors the dark truth of the nanny's fate, Kate makes a desperate bid to rescue the children. In a chilling exchange, Mrs. Gross accuses Kate of orchestrating Quint's downfall, her words dripping with malice. Before any escape can be secured, Quint's spectral presence materializes, unleashing his fury by hurling Mrs. Gross down the stairs in a final act of vengeance. Shaken and desperate, Kate gathers the children, Miles murmuring a remorseful apology for his own wretchedness, and they flee in her car, vanishing into the suffocating darkness. Yet the terror does not relent. None of it was real. Every haunting moment was but a macabre hallucination born from the cursed black paintings her mother forced upon her. In a final, anguished confrontation, Kate accuses the children of sinister complicity, only to be met with cold denials. A shattered doll becomes the catalyst for chaos as the child erupts in a fit of unbridled terror, and Miles coldly remarks that Kate is irreparably broken, just like the doll. In a final, bone-chilling revelation, Kate finds herself staring at a spectral vision on a blood-red bed in a desolate asylum, where a demonic figure resembling her mother crawls amidst the shadows, its grotesque form inscribing madness upon the floor. The abomination's gaze meets hers, and a piercing scream escapes Kate as she recoils in abject horror. What do you think the ending really meant? Was Kate truly insane from the start, or was the house warping her reality? Let me know your thoughts. And if you enjoy diving into eerie mysteries like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.